Hey everybody, it's Kyle, coming to you from my basement. Yeah, I'm kind of in an odd mood. I'm kind of unsure of a lot of things as far as our society. I'm seeing a lot of stuff out there that's really horrible, and that bothers me a lot. One prime thing I would say, Nick Fuentes. I don't know if you've heard of this piece of shit, but I don't usually wish horrible things or pain or anything on people. I've told you guys that before, but that guy, yeah, I'm totally cool with whatever happens to him. If you don't know who he is, he's a little punk ass misogynist, right wing podcaster turd, who taps into ignorant young male frustration. And I would say it's frustration at not being desired by females. But, let me just give little Nick, and I'll say little because he's little. Let me give little Nicky boy, a hint here on how that works. You don't have to be super handsome, dude. I know I'm not, and I have a beautiful wife. But what you do have to have, and it also, here's another thing, little Nicky, you don't have to be tall. You don't have to be some big burly man, right? But what you do have to do, Nicky, is you have to have a fucking personality. You have to have a good personality. And I can tell you for a fact that your personality sucks ass. And your day's coming, buddy. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know who's going to be involved in it or whatever, but your day's coming. Mark my words, man. I'm not threatening. I'm just saying it's coming. Just hold tight, bud. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep pissing on people off. Eventually, what happens, and not just with him, but with all of these people that are saying these horrible things about women. I mean, here's what Nick's phrase is. Your body, my choice. He thinks that's funny. He's joking around about that and laughing about that. Your body, my choice. Pardon me if I'm incorrect here, but I'm pretty sure that that's not true. and it's a distinct part of our country. Sure, when our forefathers created the Constitution and created this country and everything, they weren't thinking about women's rights, obviously. But we do now. And I can tell you that these people are going down. I mean, they are. They might be up right now. They might think they're doing great. I wouldn't be surprised if somehow they cheated, but I'm not a conspiracy theorist. But yeah, it's not going to work out for them. A lot of them will die all alone. And that's miserable, man. That is an outcome entirely designed by yourself. If you die alone, you've created that for yourself. An example, my father died alone. He drank himself to a point where I couldn't be around him anymore. My mom was sick in the hospital, and I ran away and was staying with my grandparents, and he was all alone in that house, and he died all alone. I can't even imagine that sort of fate. To go on the other route, both my grandmother and my mother died with me there. And my mother died with my wife and I there in the room. And just telling her it's okay, and letting her know that we were there, touching her forehead so she could feel us, But these fucking pigs that are saying these horrible things, they're going to die alone. And I can tell you guys, for some of you, it's probably too late to change your ways. But for others, little Nicky, I'm talking about you. When you grow up and you're a big boy, maybe you can become a man and learn how to talk to people and talk to women specifically. Obviously, you have some immense hatred for women, and I don't know why that is, but that's not really my problem to unpack. That's yours. But the sooner you can become a man, admit your faults, and try and correct them, then you'll be a happy person. That's me. I had faults. I had a lot of problems. I had a lot of issues. I still have problems and issues. But through realizing that and admitting those things and confronting them, instead of cowering behind a microphone or a keyboard like Nicky does and other turds just like him, I chose to be honest with myself and confront these things and try and be a better person. And that's where I'm at now. So that's enough of that, dude. I know. It's not that I've let this election get to me. It's that I'm so sick and tired of how people are treating each other. I can't stand it. So when I say these horrible things at the top, I know that's a little bit contradictory towards how what I'm saying you should or shouldn't do. But when I see a man attack women, I'll be honest with you, I don't wish him any good. When I see a man attack anybody, I don't wish him any good. When I see anybody attack anybody, I don't wish them positive thoughts and feelings. But people like this vomit bag, Nick Fuentes, they don't deserve a voice. And all you young men out there who are giving this guy a voice, I'm sorry for you. You're going to wake up and you're going to realize the only way to really truly be manly is to just be a fucking human being and quit picking on others and bullying others. You know, I'll never forget this. Just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about here. When I was a stay-at-home dad, and I know, oh, that's so, see, he's totally a sissy. He's a stay-at-home dad. No, man. I was just intelligent enough to understand that at the time, my wife made 3 to 4 times the amount that I did in a year. So we looked at it financially and decided that it would be best. We wanted one of us to stay home. So I did. Now, I worked still. I would work some overnight shifts, and I would work doing some freelance work here and there. And one of the freelance work jobs I had, and I did this on a very low minimum wage because I couldn't take any more money from them. But one thing that I was heavily involved in and helped with was an organization for Down syndrome here in Kansas City. And it was tied to a sports organization here. I'm not going to give the name of that organization, but a sports organization here. And one of the players had 2 children with Down syndrome, which is very strange. That's very unusual. Not strange, but it's very unusual. And so this person helped start this organization. Well, I did a lot of work for them, and I did a lot of special things, you know, helping them to get the word out and to kind of advertise what it was that they're doing to help people with Down syndrome and to help people with Down syndrome have that freedom to be an individual and live their lives, you know, because there are people with Down syndrome that live quite a long time and live on their own and take care of themselves and have jobs, pay rent, and all that stuff. And that's kind of the ultimate goal, isn't it? Anyway, I was doing all this work for them and creating these video pieces and stuff like that. And I remember it was one of the holidays, probably Thanksgiving, I'm guessing, but we were kind of sitting around talking. My grandmother was there, my mother, my mother-in-law, and my wife and I. And long story short, my mother-in-law asked me, well, why, hey, just out of curiosity, why is it that you work so hard to help this organization? What is it that you have involved in this organization. That's why. What's the desire? Why are you involved in this? So it was easy. It was an easy answer for me. Number one, I knew it was the right thing to do. And number two, I owe special needs people, period. I owe them. Because when I was young, I thought it was funny to make fun of a person who was special needs. He actually was an adult his father was a dentist in town. My grandfather was a dentist. They were really the two main dentists in the town that I lived in. And my friends and I would get out of junior high or whatever and go to downtown to, I know this is going to sound like I grew up, with a stick pushing a wheel down the street like the 1800s, but it wasn't. It was the 80s. But we'd go down to the corner pharmacy and you could get, an egg sandwich, a cheeseburger, fries, a shake, a vanilla Coke, a Green River, whatever you wanted. And we used to go down there and hang out and do that. And this guy would be there. And it got to the point where I would just make fun of him right to his face, and my friends would laugh. And I was just an idiot young man. I was just ridiculous, and I thought that was funny. I thought I enjoyed the laughs and stuff that I got from my friends at the time. And so that spurred me on to keep doing it. And I had felt horrible ever since. Once I got to a certain point in my life and I grew up and realized that behaving like that really just makes you a big fuckhead. People who are pushing you in your own mind to do that are not your friends. And one thing I'll never forget is one of my really close friends, his name is Hair Pie. It's not why you think. It's actually because he was eating a piece of pie once and it had a hair in it. That's the joke. Yeah. And Hair Pie is a joke from 16 Candles, I believe, or something like that. Yeah, I think so. Or it could be Revenge of the Nerds. I don't know. But anyway, but I used to walk over to his house in the morning. His mother would take us to school. And one time I went over there because my mom was already gone to work. And one time I went over there in the morning and his mom confronted me because she knew this family and she had heard that I was doing this. And I got to tell you, one thing that Catholics have really, really right, they have it down perfectly, is guilt. I never felt so horrible in my life, man. I mean, I felt like a total turd, and I was. So when I grew up and I became a man and realized and started to love everyone and realized that this was not good behavior, that's when I started to get involved in this. And I remember everybody at that table just being like, whoa. But it's true. It's absolutely true. That's exactly why I was so involved in it. And I felt that it was my duty to try and repay some of the damage that I'd done, So, Nikki Fuentes, keep doing what you're doing. You're going to be stuck in a situation like I am, or was, or worse. And that's all I have to say to these people that hide behind keyboards and hide behind microphones. And I know I'm not hiding behind a microphone, man. You guys can call me or contact me anytime you want. You can come to my house and I won't pepper spray you like Nick Fuentes pepper sprayed a woman who came to his front door. He just opened the door and pepper sprayed her. I'll put some videos of this turd bag in my notes so you can see what I'm talking about. Anyway, all right, what's going on good in my life? Well, got a good life, man. I mean, we had, for the first time, we had some people over. We cooked a nice dinner, and we hung out in the hot tub for a little bit, and that was fun. It was awesome. One thing I did forget to tell people in the hot tub is there's actually, in the hot tub, there are 8 seats, 6 of which are with jets on your back, and you're down in the water a little bit. Your heart's down under the water. Your chest is. And then 2 seats on either end of the hot tub are called cool down seats, where you sit and your heart's or your chest is above water. And that is because people have been known to have some serious cardiac issues when they're under warm water like that for too long. So every so often, usually 20 to 30 minutes for me, I'll just get on one of those seats that's up out of the water a little bit. Just let the old ticker get back to normal. Then I can get back in the water. So know that if you're ever going to go and get in a hot tub. But yeah, we had a great time. It was a lot of fun. We're having some more people over this weekend coming up, and looking forward to that. So it's an amazing thing, and it's really just been so comforting to us. My daughter, my son, his girlfriend, my daughter, and her boyfriend, they go hang out in there, and they just chill out. We got a little TV. You can watch something while you're in there, and you can just relax, let all the cares and pain of this world, and anxiety of job, school, sports, whatever, just let it go out the window for a little bit. So we're enjoying that. That's something good that's going on in my life. What am I into right now? Well, music. Nothing really new. I think I did put in a few pictures of a few things because I got the latest Final Moon, number 110. So I did listen to that, and it's great. It's all instrumental, which every once in a while they'll do that. About every 5th or 6th album, it seems like it's full of instrumental tracks. It's really good, man. I love it. So a few things coming. Kiwanuka, I've told you guys about that. I also ordered up Iron Maiden's Power Slave, a 40th anniversary Zoetrope vinyl of that. So that should be coming here towards the end of, somewhere around Thanksgiving. And then on Black Friday, I'm going to go, since Seventh Heaven is gone, I'm going to drive all the way to Lawrence, Kansas, and go to Love Garden, which is really, truly, probably my favorite record store anyway, since Peaches and Street Side Records is gone. I really, really love, and Keith's was pretty cool in Lawrence, but I really love Love Garden. It's a cool place. And the cool thing is I'm meeting a friend who I went to high school with. He lives nearby. We're going to go, grab some breakfast, and then we're going to go check out these Black Friday record store day deals. So that's kind of cool. All right, what am I watching? I've been watching quite a bit, actually. I mean, we're still watching some of the same things that I've talked about before. Elsbeth, the new version of Matlock is really wild. I know that when I was a kid, my mom watched Matlock all the time with Andy Griffith in it. And it was pretty interesting because we... I didn't care for it. I thought, that's old folks TV. But it was good. She loved it. And I would walk in and hear that theme song and I'd be like, oh God. The new one is with Kathy Bates. And it's really good, man. It's kind of a not what it seems type of story. And definitely thrown some curveballs at us. And yeah, check it out if you get a chance. It's very different from what you think. Even if you're watching the initial pilot and you think you know what's going on, you probably don't. There. So that's that. All right. Let's see. What else is going, or what else am I listening or watching? Sorry. Those VHS movies. I told you guys about those. I think I'm through. I know I've seen the 2 newest ones, and I've seen 2 full of the old ones, and I've watched VHS. I've watched VHS 2 and VHS Viral, I think it's called, which a lot of people were hard on that one. I didn't think it was that bad. It wasn't great, but none of them are great. And now I'm watching VHS 94, which is, I think, the first of this newest run of them, because they didn't have quite 10 years off, but they had like maybe 5 or 6 years off. They didn't make any. So pretty interesting. Yeah. So I've been watching those and enjoying those. We're also watching Elsbeth. We're also watching High Potential. Yeah, that's about it. Not much else I can think of. I mean, usual documentaries and stuff that I watch. What am I reading? Well, I told you guys I finished the books, the last book, anyway, of Something's Killing the Children. I think it's the 8th compilation. So each compilation has like 5 comic books worth in there. And so I guess that means I've read 40 issues, right? I dig it, man. It's so great, and I would highly recommend it to anybody. I think you really should think about checking that out, because it's solid. I will tell you that for sure. It's solid. The other thing I read recently that I started but I never really ended up finishing is it's called A Righteous Thirst for Vengeance. And it's interesting. I think it has, like, let's see, 11 issues, and that's it. That's it in that series. I've read all of them, but I kind of tore through them this time. I started reading them when it first came out, like maybe 2 years ago, and I kind of let it go. I read the first 2 issues back then. I came back to it, and I ended up just reading through all of it. And I can tell you, it is fantastic. If you're into kind of noir crime, it's this guy in Chinatown. He's an Asian man, but he gets caught up in this mess, and it's just, you just have to read it. But it's really good. I've heard they're making a TV show of it. I hope so, because that'll be pretty slick. And then I'm also started reading Swamp Thing Green Hell again. I think there's only 3 issues of that, and yeah, I'm through the first 2, so I just got to go back and finish that 3rd one. That's about it for reading. Not much else. I really would like to get. I need to read that Mr. Baldwin book. I don't know what's wrong with me, why I haven't finished that, but I've got it right here. It's a pretty awesome book. And that's it for reading. Gaming, nothing at all. I've just been playing my same solitaire game, and also been playing with there's a game called, what is that called? Let me see here, sorry. It is called Woodle Screws. Woodle Screws. Screws. Or Woodle Screw, sorry. Long story short, it's just one of those ones where you kind of match 3. You have these bins up top, and you have to match 3 colors of these screws to fill these bins. And yeah. It's one of those games that are kind of mindless, but just helps pass time, and easy to pick up, hard to master kind of thing. So been playing that a little bit, and that's about it. Nothing else. I need to pick up the ROG Ally and play some again. It'd be a good thing right now to take my mind off garbage. Yeah. And, I mean, really, that's it, guys. Not much else. Not much else. Podcasts, nothing really new there. I have gotten into, I was telling you guys about, there was one I was telling you guys about that I've been listening to a lot. Oh my gosh, what is that called? It is Opportunist. Yes, The Opportunist. I highly recommend that one if you get a chance. It's pretty good. I'm only listening to like the 3rd season of it. There's hundreds of episodes apparently, but it is pretty good, pretty solid. If you like that kind of, it's kind of true crime type stuff too. That's it, guys. That's all I got. just me going off for a good 15 minutes on right-wing misogynistic turd balls, and wrapping up with another 10 minutes of what I'm into and why things are going good in my life. It is what it is, man. You guys know. That's why you listen to this, or you don't, or whatever. I don't know. If you guys want to talk to me, you guys want to reach out to me, I will tell you this. People were jumping ship on Twitter. I call it Twitter, not X. That's a stupid ass name. But Twitter, people are jumping ship on it left and right. Mostly left. But there is a new social network called Blue Sky. And I will put my link in the notes and you can check it out. It's just, I mean, there's still some political talk in there. But you can kind of create your feed how you want it. It reminds me of, it takes a long time on other social networks to organize things so you see what you want to see and what you're interested in, right? I mean, it's taken me a lot of time on Facebook to get rid of all the, brush all the cavities away and get a good smile. But pretty much done with it, and I'm pretty much seeing people that I want to see and sharing my pictures and my thoughts and all that stuff with people I want to, and seeing theirs and hearing theirs. So, yeah, Blue Sky. I will send you guys, or I will put a link in it. Feel free to join it. I'll have my stuff on there, and we could do a little talk. Anyway, I appreciate you guys listening. I really do. I will catch up with you guys again soon. We're actually putting down a bunch of seed and stuff. We did this. It's supposed to rain for quite a bit here, and I got all that stuff down. This seed blanket and some seed underneath it and all that. And we're trying to grow grass in this area. And so do me a favor, if you're around in my neighborhood, get off my lawn.